Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, August 14th, 2023, and we're going to have a little chat today. I wanted to talk to you guys about the vision that I had on August 8th, when I did my Lionsgate meditation and trance. I feel like this is important for you guys to hear, and although it was deeply personal, I want to share it with you guys. I just want to share it with you guys. So I started off my meditation by just sitting on the floor. I set up my ritual items representing all four elements and lit my candle, because when I do trances I like to look into a candle and I like to drum. So I sat down with my drum and with the intention of getting a message on Lionsgate, one that would be important for me. I started drumming and I went into my trance. And I've created a place in my mind that I go to when I do trances. It's a place that I've created. It's a place where I connect with my ancestors and my spirit guides and my Filgia, which is my inner wolf. And so I went to that place as I started my trance, and I walk across this big open field that's surrounded by trees, and there's a river, and there's a park bench, and I often sit down at that park bench to talk to my ancestors, or to get feelings from my ancestors, because I don't actually hear talking. I feel things. I don't hear things, if that makes sense. Although I do hear the environmental things around me. But anyway, so I started walking across this field and to get to the park bench, and I noticed right away that the ground underneath my feet was kind of giving way. It was like spongy, like it had just rained. And that was curious because I have never experienced that before, going into this place. So already I knew that I wasn't completely in control of what I was seeing and what was about to happen. So I walked to the park bench, and as I got close to the river, there's a place in the ground where there is no grass. There's trees and stuff, but there is no grass. It's just kind of mud, So I stuck my feet into the mud and was squishing my toes around in the mud, and all of a sudden, poof, I was the size of a tiny, tiny microbe, and I was in the dirt. I was in the soil. I saw all different kinds of things, different organisms like worms and centipedes and millipedes, ants. I just saw all these tiny little creatures moving about in the soil in little channels that they've created. I saw bacteria, I saw fungus, I saw so many things, so many microbes just moving around. The earth was alive. It was alive. And all these things were reaching out and touching the roots of the trees and the roots of the plants, and there was little droplets of water coming in, and everything was connected. And there was a moment when I recognized that everything had its own frequency and everything was communicating in the soil. The soil was the conduit to this great communication that was happening between the plants and the microbes and the tiny creatures that were living in the soil. Everything was connected. Now I was a part of that too. I could feel things. I could feel almost like a rhythm, a breathing rhythm in all this. And at first I wasn't really in sync with this rhythm, but as I stayed in this place, I became more and more absorbed in this rhythm that was happening, and I became a part of it, and I was a part of everything, and I was hearing and seeing and touching everything. And I didn't want to leave. What I was feeling in that was so incredible. I didn't want to leave. I didn't. But I also noticed in this wave, it was like it's hard to explain, but it was like a communication. It was like we were all singing. It was like we were all singing, almost like a prayer. It was really, really wonderful. I recognized in this soil that not only were all these microbes and little creatures and roots and all this connecting, fungus, all connecting, the ashes of my ancestors were there too, and yours and everyone's were a part of that soil. There was almost like a genetic memory in all this, and it was part of the communication. It was part of what was being communicated out through this vast network of intertwined things, and that it was coming through it. And that's when I put my feet in the dirt, that is what was coming up into me, into this vessel. Okay, it was just incredible. But then I came back to an awareness of my special place by the river, by the park bench, in the field with the trees. I lifted up into that like I was an antenna. Like all the trees were antennas, all the plants were antennas. I was an antenna. The little creatures coming up out of the ground were antennas. We were antennas to this communication. And now we have the ability to broadcast this wisdom, this information that we were receiving in the soil, if that makes sense. But then things happened again. It all drifted away, all dropped away. My whole place that I have created blew apart like it was a canvas being shot with a shotgun. It just was like, and I found myself in a different place, and I don't know how to completely describe this place except for it was super bright. It was super bright, like the brightest bright you could possibly imagine, and I could see souls. I could see souls everywhere. Human, I believe. Although they didn't have like a form that like made me realize, yes, this is a person. It was more like a different colored light in the light, and it was everywhere, all around me, for as far as I could see. Just souls, spirits, forever, just going out forever. And the energy that was in this place was very chaotic. It was chaotic. It was the feeling that I was getting in this place was one of feeling lost, feeling disconnected, feeling lost in a maze kind of feeling. And that isn't exactly it. I'm articulating this to the best of my ability with my very limited language, okay? But the feeling was each individual person was surrounded by millions and bazillions of souls, but it was like each individual felt alone, felt lost, felt empty, like a husk. And all these souls were mingling and moving and swirling around each other like ants, but they had no direction. There was no direction. But every now and then, throughout this field of souls that I saw, there'd be one soul that would rise up, and the feeling that I got was, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Then I'd see another one rise up over here, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. And then when one would rise up far off in the distance, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. And these souls would started circling around each one of these souls that rose up to say, follow me, and they were just swirling around them like a moth to a light bulb. You know what I'm saying? And as they were swirling around each other, their colors changed and the feel changed, and it, instead of being like full of feeling lost and confused, it became a more focused energy, and it was angry. And I'm like, what is this? And then I saw the groups that had broken off following this one soul in the middle. They started coming at each other. They were battling each other. They were just ramming into each other. And there was so much energy and anger and craziness going on. It was just wham, wham, all this hateful energy just slamming into each other like this. Boom, 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 from all these different directions. And I just wanted to scream out, stop! Just stop! These souls that are telling you to follow them are not real. They are not looking out for your best interests. They are taking advantage of your confusion, of your emptiness, of your misdirection. They're taking advantage of that, and they're forcing you into a place where you can act for them. You're being used. This is the material world taking your spirit from you. You are disconnected from it. And then wham, I was back in the ground again. I was back in the ground. And I saw those creatures dying. I saw the microbes dying. I saw the tree roots withering up. And I thought, we're doing this. We're doing this. We've become disconnected from the earth, disconnected from each other, disconnected from the divine, disconnected from spirit, disconnected from it all. And we have to go back. We have to remember what our ancestors did. We have to remember what our ancestors did. We have to honor that. Honor the earth. Honor each other. Stop listening to these voices that are popping up here, there, and everywhere that are telling you, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. They're of this world. They're not from above. They are not from the things that are above. They're not part of our higher self. They're not a part of our connection to the divine. They are not a part of our connection to the earth. They are trying to distract us from that, because there is real power in being connected. They do not want us to know that. They do not want us to unite. They want to keep us fighting each other. They want to keep us down. And we need to rise above that. And if you are a light worker, it is so important for you to get this message out. I'm sure I'm not the only one who received this message on Lionsgate. I feel like this is something that was just pushed out to the collective for anyone to hear and see and feel. But this was how it manifested in me, for me. And I felt like it was really, really important that I get that information to you guys. So remember, the things of this world are so temporary. Our souls, our spirits, they are eternal. We have to remember the divinity in each and every one of us. And we have to see the divinity in everyone that is out there. It's really important, you guys. It's important for the health of the planet. It's important for our health, mind, body, and spirit. And it's important for the future. So this was my Lionsgate message, and I hope that it helps. I hope it helps you guys. I hope it resonates with you. And we got to get the message out. We got to be the light. We have to be the light. Okay? I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I love you so much. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a drive and talk. Okay? All right, bye-bye. I love you.